I was asked to look at another video and give an opinion about this video on the Enoch. Basically, this video talks about giants and God wiping out the planet. I mean, it's basically understanding books and history. And I don't think that anybody on this planet has an understanding of our history. At no time have we understood what everything means. But there seems to be a time in our past where we knew the answers to everything, and here we're going to write the answer to everything in a book. And if we just followed this book that has the answer to everything, then what would that mean for us? Wouldn't we sort of live well or know our enemy? Or, like at some point in time, we got to understand no book had the answer to anything. It just had somebody's idea, somebody's concepts, somebody's comprehension of what's going on. Now, there's opposites. There's black, white. There's good, bad. There's, God, Satan. There is an opposite to our reality. And I don't think anybody's quite understanding what evil is and what's its purpose. And personally, I feel it's a push towards knowing the difference between right and wrong and choosing right. It's a matter of we're not connected towards each other. We are very individualists. So we try to look after ourselves and not be tied to how looking after ourselves can affect another human being. So when you choose to do well, you have to see how you actually do well from it, because doing something well for self, like these Illuminatis, I mean, they got their big bank accounts, okay, but they're looking after themselves. But in order for them to look after themselves in the way that they're doing, they're friggin' destroying the whole planet. So they are not making good decisions because they have no connection with other people. There's nobody on the planet that has connection with other people. I mean, I'd say I have to, like my decisions and how I view my life and perceive my world and my comprehension, I'm very much tied with the rest of the world. But guess what? I still go to a grocery store that I disagree with. I'm still making choices. I'm still involved in a world that I know is harmful to my planet. I still use plastic. I still, like somebody gave me a car, I would go and drive a car using oil that I know is a wrong thing to do. And me using it is sustaining the need. Like, it's just such a bad path, and yet I would follow that too. So, were there giants, and did God say that we're going to wipe out the whole friggin' planet? That's just a friggin' story. And that's what our history is. That's what every friggin' book is. It's going to be a story. It's going to be text. It's going to be somebody's idea. It's just a friggin' story that you can choose to believe to be true if you want. That's what life and what reality is all about. It does not serve me in any way, shape, or form to know that God would wipe out a whole entire planet. That there's a whole pile of giants and evil had sex with animals, and they were giants, and all of the giants were evil people. So we're just going to wipe out, only save Noah and all of the animals and start the planet off clean. Well, that's not God doing that. That's us doing that because we are God's children. I mean, at the end of the day, something bigger than ourselves gave birth to us in some way, shape, or form. If you look at all aspects of life, one cell splits off. An aspect of itself can split off, double, and make another cell. two, male female parents give birth to a baby human because they're human. Whatever we are as humans altogether came from something else. That is like, okay, you got to accept that. Like we just didn't pop out of thin air, something created us. And that's one thing, we all as a majority believe there's something bigger than ourselves. So naturally, I mean, even the Bible has hints in it that we are an aspect of it. We have a capability of it. So we are basically gods. So as God, if God wants to wipe out the planet because it's all freaking evil, then we are the God and we are the evil wiping ourselves out based on how we live our lives. If we choose a different path, if we choose to do everything differently, then our world experience would be different. We wouldn't be playing the game of evil. So, what is the purpose of evil? It is the difference between knowing the difference between right and wrong and making the choice of right all the time, but seeing that your right choice, you are the winner to it. You are the winner of something you can't even comprehend because you're comprehending a small win when everybody else in your world is the winner too and you win, then their prize is so much bigger. But we can't comprehend that. We as humans don't know that there's a godlike experience to be had there because we're all stuck in still doing things wrong, because that wrong decision, we can only see it within our own small bubbles of our own lives, and we don't see how it's connected with everybody else. But we gotta kind of wake up. Why are there third world countries? Like, this is planet Earth. We're human. We got brains like Stephen Hawking's. We got brains that, like these elites that claim to know all of the answers to everything. Yet, for some reason, they can't stop wars and they can't have an understanding as to why we have third world countries. It makes no sense. There is zero sense for a third world country. There is zero sense for any form of prejudice on this planet. That is the most insane thinking, is prejudice. Why would one human be better than another human? But yet on this planet we think those ways. And it's just because we're kind of insane, believing in a lot of books. So I don't really believe in this Enoch or Enoch book. I don't believe in the Bible. I believe there are pieces of a puzzle, but we need to understand what evil is and transform it into everything that's good, because I think that we're in the age of a massive transformation right now. But we need an awful lot of information. We need to open up our comprehension to understand a completely different understanding. And if you keep reading books in the history, you're just going to have the same understanding from our history. It's not going to be a different picture. You have to really wrap your brain around something completely different. Peace out.